Question number 13. Let me read it and explain what it says, then we will solve. It says that there is a uniform bar which is placed on a horizontal frictionless tabletop. The two pulleys are connected rigidly attached to this bar, and there's loads A and B as shown in the figure. So that is figure. This is load A, this is load B. Load A is of mass M1, load B is of mass M2. This is the bar, and the pulleys are attached as shown there. Light inextensible cords, so they are ideal things. The pulleys are attached to the bar and on the ceiling, so they are ideal pulleys as well. It says the bar stays in horizontally on the tabletop in equilibrium. We need to find the mass of this bar. So this bar, let's say this bar has mass capital M, and we need to find the mass of this bar if it stays horizontal in equilibrium condition, given that on which it is, the platform on which it is placed is frictionless. So we can solve it like this. We can think of this cord is passing through like this. So this is these two blocks, since they have different masses, so there's going to be motion. We can think of this is moving downward with acceleration A, this is moving upward with acceleration A. So we are taking M1 greater than M2. So there is going to be tension acting, of course. So there's going to be T there, there's going to be T here. Apart from this, you will find there's going to be gravitational force M2G, M1G. I have just drawn the free body diagrams of the two blocks or masses where they are. Now, if you write the equation for M1, Newton's equation, simple equation, so it's going to be like M1G minus T is equal to M1E. Then you can write the equation of Newton for mass B, or M2 you can call it. So it's going to be like T minus M2G is equal to M2E. These two equations you must be aware of. Even this Atwood machine has the same equations. So if you solve these two, you will find A is going to be equal to M1 minus M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into G. You can check it. And you will find the value of tension is going to be as twice M1 M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into G. So these are the two solutions of these two equations, because in these two equations A and T are unknown. We can solve. To get A, you can just add them up. So you will get A value, then substitute the A value back, get the T, check these values. Anyway, this is the calculation for these block or masses. Now we focus on this bar. Let's draw the free body diagram of this bar. This is bar, and that remains horizontal. Let's draw the forces acting on this. Here is a pulley connected to this. This pulley is going to apply a tension force downside, like this. There is another pulley connected over here. This is going to apply a tension force upside. And there is a string connected, so this will have equal and opposite forces cancelling out each other. Moreover, these T also cancelling out each other. Let's say mass is capital M, so that mass is going to act downwards. And the surface will provide normal reaction, right? So normal reaction generally is distributed. If there is no tilting effect, toppling effect, then this is uniformly distributed. But if there is an effect of rotation coming in, so it changes its location. Now you'll find this table or this bar, if it is trying to lift, it will lift from this right side. Because this tension is pulling it up, this tension is pulling it down, so that it will have a tendency to rotate like this. When it will have a tendency to rotate like this, we need to ensure that it remains in equilibrium horizontally as well. So extreme condition, if we look at, if we can balance this at extreme condition, then it will be balanced for all conditions. Extreme condition you'll see will appear when the normal reaction reaches to this corner. So if normal radiation concentrate to this corner, because normal radiation cannot go beyond this corner because this is the end point. So if this mass is able to balance or keep this bar in equilibrium horizontally, then for all range of n locations it will be true. That means it will be remaining in equilibrium as well as horizontally. So we can say for equilibrium and remain horizontal, so here we can write for bar to remain horizontal, can we say the torque about this must be towards this sense, that is clockwise sense, and you'll find the mg will have a torque at that clockwise sense. So we'll say mg into the distance perpendicular, which is going to be L by 2. Let's consider L is the length of the bar. This must be greater than or equal to the torque supplied by this T. This is going to be T into L. Now this normal radiation and this tension will have no torque because their line of action is passing through this point. So we are calculating the torque from this end, left hand end. So this will say that M must be greater than or equal to twice T by G. Do we know the value of T? Yes, we know the value of T. So M must be greater than or equal to, you multiply it by 2 divided by G, so that will become 4 times M1 M2 divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the condition for mass of the bar in order to it remain horizontally as well as in equilibrium. So how much the minimum mass you are requiring is this. If it is more than this, it will always be there staying horizontally. Okay, so that will become our final answer. Thank you.